Hi, this is Lynn from Kathy Quilts, and today I want to talk to you about the Grace Precision Cloth Leaders. These are the strips of fabric that attach to your frame or your hoop, and then you attach your quilt to them. This isn't going to be about how to install them as much as it is about how to prepare your leaders so that they will work better. We found that by doing a few simple steps, you'll be able to have your leaders last a lot longer and they'll be way more functional. You have a straighter edge to pin against, and it will just make your quilting experience a lot better. So let's go ahead and get to it and tell you all you need to know about the Grace Precision Cloth Leaders. This is the frame that I'm going to be quilting on. This is a Quilter's Evolution frame from the Grace Company. This is the Elite frame, and I have it set up as an 8-foot. So when you get this one, the cool thing about it is it comes as a 5-foot and it comes as a 3-foot. And so that way I have an 8-foot frame. So I'm working on getting my leaders installed. Now, one thing that is really important is that when you put your leaders on, the Grace Company with their leaders, they're going to have you go out a lot further than I did. I don't like having a lot of extra leaders out here that I'm never going to use. If you look at your machine, at least this machine, when I go all the way to the end, I can't quilt in this position because this hits. And so there's no reason for me to have my machine go any further than where this leader would go. So that's why, and then when I am pinning a quilt on, I'm not going to go out too much past that. I'm not going to go out past my leaders at all. So I want to be really careful with that so that I don't stitch through my leaders. And another thing you may notice is that we have done a casing on ours. And so what we did was we matched up these little plus signs and folded it on there, and then Kathy serged that and then stitched it down. And so now I have a really nice edge that I can quilt to. I've marked the center of my leader right there. So that way when I'm pinning a quilt on, I'm going to pin it right to that center. And there's the center mark on my, it's not very good, but anyway, that's the center mark of my rail. And so it's a little bit harder with this one to determine the dead center of it, but I just have to make sure that this one and this one are lined up, and then as long as I have all three of my rails lined up, then I'm fine. So I still have these two other leaders to put on, my quilt back and my quilt top leader, so I'll do that and then I'll get back with you. This is the line where the Grace Company says to cut it if you want your leaders for an 8-foot frame, but that gives you way too much. And so this is the mark that we've made right here, and that gives us some that we can serge it, or we could even hem it a little bit if we wanted to. So I'll just get my ruler and line it up with these lines, and then I'll cut it. And since I'm holding the camera in my hand, I can't cut it and show you. I'm trying to line up these plus signs so that I can use them as registration marks when I put a quilt on my machine. So as you can see here, that it's not very even on that edge. but also there's these little folds like that, and so that makes it harder too. So I'm trying, I gotta cut this down so that it fits on my frame correctly and everything works out. And so you can see that it's a little closer that way. So I'm not gonna worry about this edge, because really the center of my frame is gonna be the most important. But for cutting this and getting it straight, I counted over from this edge. I went 1, 2, 3, and I'm on this plus sign here. And so I did that all along there so that if I cut that correctly, then I'll have a little bit extra. And again, that, you know, whether my leaders are exact same or not, it's not gonna matter as long as the grids line up in the center of my frame. I'm just getting a little bit of that just to show
you. Now, aren't I going to fold up the ends too?
Yeah,
The bottom? I think I need
so.
to press it first though.
Okay.
I think I need to press it to the right length. This pin line is really curved, so I am just going to...
Going with the grid.
I'm just going to go with the grid that they've done for us. This is a very long, wide leader anyway, so I don't think it's going to hurt us.
It's not going to matter. You just want a straight edge, and they're not straight.
So we're trying to go with the printed line on the leaders to give us, just because we have this doubled up, this is going to give us probably an extra 5 years or more of pinning capacity if you do a lot of heavy pinning.
Yeah.
I mean, heavy quilting.
Yeah. And as expensive as these leaders are, you want them to last as long as they will. So you just go in a little bit and then reverse it to just lock them in. From the edge or the stitching, or is it a zigzag?
No,
it's just a straight
an
stitch.
eighth of an inch from the edge. Just edge stitching it.
Oh, okay. So you can see on this where we went along those plus signs, that leader is like all over the place. And so when people are putting these on their frame, they're assuming that they're square. And so when things go wrong with their quilt and they can't figure out why, if they don't have it pinned on their leader straight, then they're gonna run into problems. Thanks for watching our video. We hope that it's been informative and it's helped you. If you have questions on the techniques, things that we did. These videos get really long, and so you can't put every detail in there. So please leave comments. Please like our video if it was informative. And also, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. We really appreciate it. But the comments are really important. It helps other people to be able to find us. So please let us know what you think. And our next video is going to be about how to install the leaders on your frame. So that one should have it done in just a little while. But stay tuned, subscribe to our channel, and do the notification button. And then that way, when our next video comes out, you'll be alerted. Thanks for watching. We really appreciate you.